Roe v. Wade, man. So welcome to Pot of the Dead, guys. We got Snorlax here. He's in for this episode.
Yep.
And yeah, he's our big buddy over here. What are your thoughts on Snorlax? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Yes, please. We wanna hear what you think about Snorlax.
Snorlax.
Yeah, Jack is actually gonna add a picture of us eating with Snorlax at Outback Steakhouse on the screen right now.
I can do that.
Yeah, it's right at the top, so that's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Yeah, we went to fucking we went to
Outback.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna trace this all the way back. So it's I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Okay.
Let's go.
This story starts about a week ago.
Week ago.
Hey. And then we tweak it out.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So about a week ago. Our house apartment is at 78 degrees, which is fucked.
Yeah, it was a little hot.
We stayed at like a clean 70, maybe 71 at max, and that's like a little hot.
Yeah, it's like a little toasty.
And we're chilling at 78. And we have the AC on, nothing's working. We have the temperature at 65 degrees, just get dead and gone, right? Nothing's happening. And then after a couple of days, he starts working a little bit, and we're cooling down to like 69. And then it's all right. And then me and my girlfriend, or not my girlfriend, me and Mac, going to sleep, and we just hear doop, 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 and we're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Sounds bad.
And it had been raining outside, so I was like, it's probably just some rain thing hitting something. Mac was like, no, it sounds like it's coming from inside the house. The phone call is coming from inside the house. And then we look over, and it's like, oh, shit. The AC unit is dripping water onto our washer, which was like, oh, fuck.
Which is fucked up.
Which is fucked up.
It's no good.
Actually, if I wanted to, I could bring this story back like a month.
You don't have to do that.
I'm not going to. But so we toss a fucking a thing under to catch the water, and I hit up Sky. I'm like, "Ayo, if you're awake at 4 a.m, go and check it, make sure we're fine." So he gets up. He notices that it's actually dropping at a different point now, which is relevant.
The leak is like moved over, so I'm like,
yeah,
fuck.
Well,
let me move.
It's a leak.
Or the drip, whatever.
Yeah, so I'll explain it when I get to the point where I've learned what it was.
Yeah, so I just collection bucket. It was getting a little full. I went and just it was like 40%. I just wanted to make sure, so I dumped it, put the bucket over to where it was actually catching the water again, and then I was like, I'm fucking tired. I'm out.
Now, Sky, importantly, what prompted you to do this?
I was awake, and then probably about hour after that, internet went down.
Internet goes down, which is fucking. I was asleep. I didn't know. I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, because sometimes too, I didn't think anything of it. Because sometimes the internet just blips for a second, right?
Yeah,
like that happens, and I was just like, it's out. It'll probably be out for a few minutes, and I'm fucking tired. I'm going to sleep.
It's rare, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Also, just an interesting tidbit. Sky has worked every single weekend for months.
Yeah.
This is the first weekend he's had off.
Yeah, this past weekend that we just passed by, first time I've had both days off in a weekend for actually a year. Maybe
actually legitimately a year.
I think the only time that I don't even think I would have had the weekend off when fucking Ninja was here. Because I took days off, but I don't think that was on the weekend.
Yep.
I think she was here for
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we get up in the morning. I'm chilling. Sky comes over and is like, "Yeah, the internet was out, and it's still out." And I was like, "What?" And then we start fucking with it. We realize that our modem isn't on, which was confusing.
It's just fucked.
And then after doing shit for a bit, this guy's like, "Yeah, so he tells me that the drip moved." And then I'm fucking with the cord and shit. I lift it up to move it, and a drop of water comes out of the power supply of the modem. And I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be said
Not
how
good.
bad that is.
Not good, actually. That's not what you want to be in your power supply for your modem.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, that's just bad. And we didn't really know what to do. We were like, well, it's a fucking wire. We'll go pick one up. And I'll look at it a little
just
bit.
Grab a power supply.
Have a little bit of it. I'm having a little bit of trouble finding it, but I'm like, whatever. I'll wait a bit. I'll talk to Mac about it. Because Mac's dad actually
big internet man.
Yeah, he's big internet man because he works at like AT&T. So we have like 5G AT&T internet, gig shit. So Mac calls her dad when she gets off of work, and this is about 5 o'clock. This is on Friday, which is important. And then what she gathers from that conversation, what Sky gathered from his dad, from talking to his dad, who also knows internet shit a little bit, is that cord is specially made for just that modem.
Yeah, it's like a proprietary AT&T power supply.
And it is not available anywhere near us.
Yeah, we went to like
Well,
actually, that was after.
We'll get to it. So, and that the only way to replace it would be to call AT&T like maintenance or support or something. Jambo. And the issue with that is that at this point it is 6 o'clock on Friday, which is in fact the earliest point in the week where you're not able to do that.
Yeah.
And
so
we wouldn't be able to do that until today, which is Monday.
Yep.
So we were like, fuck. We're just going to hope that we can go find this at Best Buy. So the next day we roll up to Best Buy. As you may suspect, we did not find it.
Yeah, hopes were not high, and we were still disappointed.
Hopes were met because they were not high.
Yep.
And so we were like, fuck it. We're next to there's a Best Buy next to this Target. We go to Target. We buy like some shit at Best Buy. This guy gets a new keyboard. We both get mice.
Yeah.
Mac gets some headphones that I think kind of importantly to the story she returns because she accidentally bought like $150 headphones when she meant to buy like $60 headphones. So me and this guy was kind of wandering around a Target for a bit, and I go, man, I want a plushie. I want a Pokemon plushie. Like I say that to him.
Yeah, like that was mentioned at like the front of the store.
Yeah, so we circle the store. We're circling again.
Yeah, we're just like walking around vibing, not really. We're just kind of going.
And I look over. Also, we're doing this only because we don't have internet. There's no reason we're not missing anything at home.
Yeah, we're just out to like kill time and like hang out.
Yeah. And then at the corner of my eye, in the fucking like the switch area of Target, on the ground, is this motherfucker right here.
Big guy Snorlax.
Like laying on the floor.
Just like placed in front of us by God himself.
It wasn't in front of us, but at a corner of my eye, so you can either way. God himself did this. This is actually proof of Jesus.
He was set there for us.
For us.
This was destiny.
And I look over and go,
Destiny's
oh
child.
my God. Pick this motherfucker up. And I'm like, well, this is ours now. Because Mac also loves Snorlax, so she'd been talking about wanting me to get her something, wanting me to get her a plushie for a while. So we fucking get him, and yeah. I'm telling you, it's something that you're gonna think we're stupid for saying, but you hug this guy and it feels different. It feels different.
That shit hit different, bro. Fuck.
Like I don't know if it's a comfortableness or like if you feel safer. I don't know what it is, but it's different. And you don't understand until you hug him. Unless you have hugged the 24-inch Snorlax plushie, you do not understand what it feels like to hug the 24-inch Snorlax plushie. It's a very simple situation. So I'm clutching this motherfucker for dear life in this car. And we're like, you guys want to get something to eat? And we're like, sure.
Also, before that, I just want to throw this out there. On Jack's channel, there's a very funny video involving Snorlax. You should go watch
It's a funny video.
It's a fucking banger, dude.
It's a banger video.
That shit was great. How's that video doing?
Not well, from what I recall.
Unfortunate. It was a fucking banger, bro.
I haven't looked back at it.
That shit deserves to pop off. That's so fucking funny. Yeah, go watch the video. You'll understand that. It's fucking funny.
So then, but then we're like, fuck it. There's an Outback near us. Let's go to Outback. And then we were like, should we take this motherfucker inside?
Get Snorlax a little kid's meal?
Should we do it? And we decided to do it.
We brought Snorlax into the Outback
as technically adults. And
very technically.
We didn't go all the way with the bit. We could have, because like our server was like a teenager.
Yeah, they would have probably found it funny.
At worst, 23, but no shot, you know. And they would have gotten it. We had a guy walk by and was like, "I fucks with it. I fucks with it."
It was like, "I love that Snorlax."
Love that Snorlax.
That guy also spilled a drink in front of someone's table, and then they called the manager, and they got a
significant reduction.
Probably like a 25% discount or something because this dude spilled a drink in front of them.
And then they were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Which is insane.
That's shit. That's terrible. I saw that, and that dude did that, and I was just like, "Damn, bro, it happens. I feel that. Man. I feel that, bro."
I've done it too. I had a guy, and I worked at Cracker Barrel. I picked up this guy's food and like dropped it in front of him, and he caught it and put it back on my thing.
That's so
funny.
And
I was like, "I thank you so fucking much." And then the next week he came back, and I was like, "I really appreciate you doing that, man." And he did not seem to want to have that interaction. But we roll up. What we talked about doing that we didn't do is that we wanted to roll up and go table for 4.
Yeah.
While I was holding Snorlax, we didn't do it.
We needed one kids menu, please.
Yeah. We didn't ask for that. We didn't talk about doing that. Also, punching this motherfucker is crazy. Just bonk, bonk. We love him though. We love him.
Listen, he enjoys that. He's a tank, so he gets enjoyment out of tanking.
Yeah, and then we also felt like ordering him a kid's meal. We didn't do it, but it would be really funny. It's like, just,
can
we get a 3-piece tender
I put
meal?
my foot down on that. You want me to fucking spend money on this guy? No.
Can we get a 3-piece tender meal for our little guy here?
Yeah, no, like they suggested that, and I was like, I'm not spending my fucking money on a Snorlax kids meal.
But yeah, so that's pretty fucking funny. We recorded a little video, me and Mac posted on Instagram. I was like, it's the first time out since COVID. But he's a little overwhelmed by the outside world, but he'll make it.
Dude, Ollie's reaction to that was so fucking funny.
He screenshotted the caption and was like, "What kind of NPC shit is this?"
Which is really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Because it's absolutely NPC shit.
Yeah, that's
when you ignore that it's fucking Snorlax.
Yeah. Dude fucking clicked on the post, covered the picture, and then just looked at the caption and went, "What?"
Ayo?
Screenshotted, still didn't look at it. Swiped up, still didn't look at it, and that was it. He also cropped it without looking at it.
That's crazy.
We also successfully stole a napkin. Because we gave him a bib. We wrapped the napkin around his neck, gave him a little bib, and we just walked out with it.
Nobody noticed.
No one noticed or cared.
It's a napkin.
It's a napkin, man? Bro. Who gives a fuck?
They got like those giant stacked bags of them.
Almost can nearly guarantee you that they don't do they put those napkins in a bag and then ship them off to the place that cleans the napkins.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they get bags of napkins back. That's just kind of how that works.
Yeah, I assume that's like an industry standard type thing.
Presumably.
I got to imagine.
I'd think so. So that, and then fucking on Sunday we didn't do shit. Scott played a Keno game. How'd that end, by the way?
I just quit.
What round?
Like 75.
Cringe. I wanted to LAN play some games. Sky was a bitch about it.
To be fair, I don't think I would have LAN played if I didn't have that Kino game because I just didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, no, you were a bitch about it.
Yeah.
And then
I just listen. You can say that. I just want you to not be mad about that Kino game.
No, I'm not. Because I also I respect running the game.
Yeah.
But also, you were being a bitch about it.
Yeah, because I just didn't want to fucking
bitch
do
about
anything.
it.
I just
And then
listen, I mean,
also, I learned that I hate that biome. The fucking the snowy mountains.
Oh yeah.
Hate them. Genuinely, I think they're bad.
Talking about Minecraft now.
Talking about Minecraft because the fucking snow.
The snow is a little bit cringe. However, something that you might not have known, you can put leather boots on, and then you just don't fall in it.
Yeah, that's cringe.
I don't think that's that cringe.
Having to do that is stupid.
I don't think that's that cringe.
No, it's cringe.
I think that would be. I think that would be cool if there was something more worthwhile to go for in the biome. Because right now, there's other than like higher iron spawns underground, there's not that much when you get up that high.
But no, it was bad. I just kept like quietly going, ah! And then I actually died because I went through it and then it just dropped me through a cavern.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
No, it wasn't.
That was funny though.
No.
L, eat shit.
And then we got our internet back today.
Yep.
Sky started his new job like a big boy.
Yeah, first day of the new job.
He had we all get these button ups that we wear that have our name and the company name on it.
They didn't have any mediums. I had to wear a large, and it was way too big.
Yeah, it was too big.
It was a little goofy.
He looked a little
goofy.
Looked a little goofy. It was really goofy. It was
apparently people there like me, according to Jack, which is
according to my dad.
Big. Yeah, according to you, according to your dad. That's big. For the few people who I interacted with a decent bit, it was pretty good. I won't say names because I guess
you don't have to. We're not dropping gubs, bro. You can just say Nate and Barrett, like.
Yeah, and also Steve. Don't forget Steve. Talked with him a little bit. He was chill.
Steve.
I don't know. Dude's name was Steve, and he's in Team G. He doesn't know who I'm talking about. Yeah, Nate and Barrett.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Nate and Barrett are both super cool. Dude, I was talking to Nate fucking like 30 minutes in. He was talking about his axolotls.
Dude, he loves his axolotls, bro.
Dude, he showed me his axolotl tattoo too.
He has a tattoo?
Yeah, he's got an axolotl tattoo.
I didn't know that.
It's super fucking cute, which I don't think.
Tell that to you before me.
I don't know.
Did you or did you not say there were axolotls in Minecraft?
I did not say that.
Dude, I have had to strain myself every conversation with him.
That's
because like, love my guy, but I also when I think axolotls, I think of that pink fucker from Minecraft.
Yep.
And I'm like, obviously that's stupid of me. I'm not saying that's cool and smart, but also that's what I think of. And he talks about them every single fucking day, and I'm like, dude. I could pick him up in a bucket.
Is it weird that when I think of axolotls, sometimes the first thing that comes to my mind is that asexual bitch from BoJack?
No, that makes sense. I mean, are they an axolotl?
I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think they are, right?
They look like one.
We'll assume they're an axolotl. No, that's fine.
Yeah, that pops up sometimes before Minecraft, which...
Yeah, I just think of Minecraft.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So something that I have to deal with, and that Sky will have to deal with, but to a lesser extent because you're part-time, is that everybody you work with is a fully grown adult.
Yeah, they're all big boys.
They're all like 35 plus, and I'm 19.
Yep.
So if I'm in a conversation where someone goes, well, I've been breeding some axolotls, and I go, like from Minecraft, I'm fucked.
Yeah, there's nothing.
No chance.
Yeah.
Even to the guy who likes me, no chance.
Did you know that you could actually breed axolotls in Minecraft?
Yeah, you can't. I can't fucking do that. But I've really wanted to. Bro, I'll be talking to Mike about just nerd shit because he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah, that's.
I got yelled at about LeBron again and Tom Brady. Dude fucking called over my dad to be like, "You're listening to this shit your son said about Tom Brady," and
That's
I was
funny,
like,
bro.
and
That's
then here's
crazy.
the thing: my dad came in clutch because I think that Tom Brady's the most overrated player in any sport ever. And then my dad doesn't agree with that. My dad thinks Tom Brady's a GOAT as like an idiot, right? Dude calls over my dad. My dad's like, listen to the shit you just said. And I said it again. My dad was like, well, he's right. My dad does not agree with me.
He just lied for your sake.
He lied to come in clutch. And dude was like, come on, man.
That's so hype, bro.
And I
That's
was
so
like,
sick.
let's fucking go.
That's so hype.
And it's better to go without the acknowledgement because I think he knows that I know. I think.
Yeah.
And it was sick.
Yeah, dude. One of these days, I'm just gonna like roll up and be like, "Hey, Nate, you know that Jack actually breeds axolotls too." he's never
breeded
told
them
you.
because I stole them from your house. I snuck in the middle of the night, scooped 2 up in my hand, and ran away. And made it back to my house before I lost enough water.
Yeah, and then he put him in his computer and played Minecraft.
Dude, when he was talking about like when he first got him, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sell to people who want them, and I'll dump the rest of them to a pet store." I was like, "Bro, fucking Mac would love some axolotls."
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
"Bro,
true.
I'd buy some axolotls."
Bro, they sell for a lot. I'd be willing to take care of a few for a bit. Turn like a little bit of a profit.
I don't know if you'd be able to turn a profit with them. I'm not sure.
Because you do have to like take care of them. Obviously,
Yeah, no,
there's I'm sure there's a lot that goes into like
Ta-
maintaining the tanks and the food and all that.
I think the relevancy of taking care of axolotls is this is crazy. is like
It's like the time invested.
if
right?
you're looking to turn a profit, you need to sell a bunch of axolotls.
Yeah.
You need to buy like 20, 30 of them.
Yeah, and you've got to. From what he was saying, you got to put like a lot of time into it too.
Yeah, it's
like
a lot of time.
like what he was saying was like.
So what he was saying.
Yeah, in the morning, I think he wakes up. He goes into work at 6, and he wakes up like. He must wake up at like 4 or something, and then he
doesn't wake up before.
Yeah, he takes like an hour to feed. He has like 140 axolotls.
I'm gonna make sure that nothing bad just happened.
Okay.
Because the lady ran over like she was excited, and I want to make sure nothing bad happened.
Yeah. So he has like 140 axolotls. He has to feed all of them. Said it takes like an hour, which is crazy. And then he comes into work. He does 10-hour days. He works 6 to. Well, that'd be like 6 to 4.
Motherfucker!
What? What happened?
He knocked over the cat food.
You gotta put that shit up, bro. You can't leave the cat treats out. Fucking Kaylee from my old place did the same shit. Yeah, bro, she did that. If you left him out, you gotta put him away. You gotta put him up somewhere. They'll knock that shit over. Yeah, for context, fucking one of the cats just knocked over a bin of cat treats and it like opened up and spilled on the floor. It's fucked up. Now Elodie's screaming. This is fucked up. This is not cool what's happening. What? What's happening now?
I just gave Ellie like a little like one of them.
Yeah?
She's still there.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
She's really hungry, I guess.
Yeah, she need food. Dude, what the fuck is happening right now? Jack's like picking up cat treats and shit. I'm just sitting here going. I got Snorlax. I got Jambo with me. This shit's hype. This shit's crazy, bro. Yeah, so this is still a zombies podcast, so I assume we're getting close to the cut here. But when we come back after these scheduled advertisements, we'll be talking about fucking revelations and shit. So yeah, that'll be pretty fun. I don't know. I'm just
I'm just gonna let him eat it, bro. I got a good amount.
how many are down there?
Oh, a good amount. This is a solid bit.
You should probably.
I can't get these. Not right now.
All right, man. Whatever. They're fine. I'm really banking on this cut happening soon, man. It's got to be close, right? Surely. Give it a little peek.
Yeah, you were 3 minutes off.
shit, bro. Okay, yeah, we might also talk about just, like, remakes of maps and shit. That'll be fun.
Yeah, the cat's knocked over the fucking food, bro.
Yeah, that's nuts, bro.
I knew that I should look at it when Elodie scampered on over to it, and I was like, what the fuck? She don't do that. That ain't what she does. I picked up some of them, bro, but I couldn't get all of them without going, like, give him one of these, and I just wasn't trying to do that.
Scampered is such a fucking good word. Scampered.
Yeah.
Scampered.
Anything else fun happened? Oh, yeah, also, we were
What?
We should fucking, I'm gonna talk. We were supposed to record the Chimcast.
Oh, yeah, and, yeah, the fucking no internet kind of cooked that.
The Chimcast was supposed to, he's mine. The Chimcast was supposed to happen on Saturday. We tried to hotspot it and shit, but we just couldn't. Like, we couldn't.
It just didn't work. Also, Fish and Ollie both suck.
Y'all are bad at podcasting. You're
Which-
bad.
Which is not surprising considering they've never really been a part of any kind of content creation.
Yeah,
And they're both just like awkward kids.
but they're bad at it.
Yeah, we're seasoned podcast veterans at this point, which is like not a joke. We
yeah,
actually
I was like, we kind of are. Like,
we're not good at it, but we've been doing it.
We're not great potters, but we're solid.
We're good deaders.
If I'll just put my finger in your mouth. But like, if we're looking at like the length of podcasts, we're like the top 1% of all podcasts.
I don't know about the top 1%. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
I'm sure there's like a lot of podcasts that have gone on for like a good few months.
But how many podcasts went for 2 episodes?
Probably a lot.
The
actually,
Miners Haven podcast.
that has 3.
Will there be a 4th?
Maybe.
Y'all got coin flip odds of every episode happening.
Dude, we were supposed to fucking record, and then the internet went out, and I just had to be like on Friday it was like, hey man, you able to record soon? And I was like, fuck man. I was like, listen, I'll let you know if the internet comes back on if I'm able to.
How's that looking? What's episode 4 about? Give them a little sneak peek. What's going on?
I don't know. I haven't checked the spreadsheet.
Y'all got a guest?
Probably Tio. Tio's the guy who got banned
Yeah,
like 3 times.
I was like, he cheated, right? I was like, that.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember super well, but I'm pretty sure he cheated. And he would just join VC sometimes, and everybody was like, hey, Tio. Right? Didn't he just do that? Wouldn't he just like join VCs without prompting?
Yeah.
And then be like, what's up, fellas? And then
Yeah.
would just kind of go after a few minutes.
Shout out Tio, bro.
After everybody's like, what? It's just kind of always what happened.
Yeah, shout out Tio.
Shout out Tio, I guess.
He's on another fresh account and he's like 5 million or something.
Like, actually?
Yeah, so Tio has a fucking problem.
Are we sure that he didn't cheat that?
I don't know, he might have.
Are we sure, genuine? I'm not.
I think the assumption is that his lives are legit and he just has a problem, like actually legitimately has a problem with Miners Haven.
Didn't he? Who was the one who got banned to save themselves?
What do you mean?
Someone was like, I'm going to get myself banned so that I stop playing this game.
That was probably Abyss. Cuz I think
That makes
he
sense.
talked about that at some point. And then he cheated during the Christmas event, which he didn't even get banned for it. He got his main save wiped and he's still playing the game.
Who was the person who was clearing every single person when I was playing?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but they're the first person to hit a mill.
Yeah, I don't remember the first person to hit him.
And everyone thought they might have been cheating because they didn't show their shit to anybody.
Yeah, I don't remember the first mill. That's not.
I think I have a
something that's
screenshot because I remember like one day I was grinding because when I was playing the game.
Yeah.
I was grinding early in the day, and like I think through one day I had the most lives skipped
That's nuts.
because I was fucking grinding.
It was crazy.
If the game was any good at all, I might have kept playing, and it would be a Miners Haven god. That's what I'm saying.
Shut up.
I know that's right.
No means no.
What does that mean in this regard?
He says that all the time.
Fred?
Yeah.
no means no.
Yeah, he says that constantly.
Yeah,
Just fucking, he'll just hit,
because he thinks consent is a joke.
yeah, Mary will say something, and then he'll just be like, no means no. And then she, like, gets mad and hits him or something.
What?
That didn't actually happen. Bro, during, like, my last week, Mary was just like, hey, you teach me some karate, I want to beat the shit out of Fred.
I thought you meant the resident. I was like, what? That's insane. This old decrepit bitch going, I would like to beat the fuck out of the supervisor. Teach me karate, young boy. It's crazy.
Oh,
That's
way
the
funny.
cook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for double jambo action, double jambo.
Yep.
Double idiot action, double big idiot action.
Triple big idiot action.
I was like, what the hell, man? I thought you were talking about me.
That's crazy that you thought I meant you and not fucking Snorlax.
You're right in the middle.
Oh. Look at him.
Oh.
I don't think you can even see this Jambo. You can a little bit.
Yeah.
Bro, they're like mirror images of each other. That's crazy.
Yeah. They're the same picture.
Yeah, this is the original, and this is the remaster.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that yet, bro.
What do you mean not yet? We've been going for like 35 minutes, bro. I think we can start talking
that
about
bit,
zombies.
That bit in the actual like the episode of The Office is actually pretty fucking funny.
I haven't watched it. I haven't seen the full
So
bit.
it's effectively something's happened. They're trying to figure out like a new regional manager.
Okay.
Right. So they're trying to fill the Michael Scott role.
Uh-huh.
You know who Creed is?
Like the band?
Okay. So there's a character in the show named Creed Bratton, which is actually, I believe, his real name.
That's nuts.
And
Sick ass name.
he's just like old man, not like super super old, but like old man. You know, like he's past middle age. You know, like in the age of where you're not middle aged anymore, you're not like a senior citizen.
Yeah.
And he's like a crazy motherfucker. He's like, yeah, we'll be doing heroin in the bag.
Hey.
And we're like, and he like alludes to being like a serial killer a lot.
That's hype. Good
Like-
for him.
Like there's like a bit was like the Scranton serial killer or something, and it's alluded to that it's him.
That's pretty cool. Did they ever
And
figure out if it was him?
no, which I think is probably good. Just leave it so that you
Leave it open-ended.
One of your characters isn't definitively a serial killer, but if you want to believe that, then you can.
That's hype.
And
that's,
that
that's sick.
if you feel like it, you can have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And so he is the oldest person in the office. So he gets that job by seniority. And he's just like going, we need to start selling hot dogs and just stupid shit.
That's
So then she rolls up and is like, corporate needs you to find the difference between these two pictures, okay? And he's like, okay, all right. And he's just and then he's trying to figure it out. And she's like, there's 7 differences in these pictures, and we need you to find them.
Like a clickbait article, bro.
Yeah, and then she's like, just they're the same picture. Which is pretty fucking fun.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There's a bit earlier, like, which I'm sure you've seen. The pot bit where they're like, we found pot, and Dwight's like interviewing Jim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They interview Creed, and then Dwight's like, what's this? And he's like, that's Northern Cannabis Indica. And he's like, no, it's marijuana. All right, you can go. It's really funny. Revelations.
Yeah. Let's talk actual zombies
So
content.
Revelations is, I think, another in the constant Treyarch zombies problem of them defying expectations every single time.
Yeah.
Like, without fail.
Yeah.
Except Shadows, which even on launch was
No,
nearly
Shadows on launch was fucking like nuts.
but like on launch, people didn't like Shadows. The consensus
Yeah.
of the Shadows was mid.
Yeah.
And that was coming off the back of Origins, which is a nearly universally beloved map.
Yeah.
With a couple of haters out there. And then obviously Vanguard, which we were all like, this isn't going to be very good. And then, surprise, it wasn't very good.
The Origins ending is bad.
It's not.
It was bad for the time. With the context that we have now,
With the context of
sense.
BO3, it makes sense. But when
at the time,
but when it came
was
out, I was
bad.
like, fuck.
Yeah.
That was mid. I remember the era after BO2, after Origins came out and before BO3 came out, and I was like, that's it.
That's the end.
That's the end of it. I was. People were talking about, like, do you guys think Black Ops 3 is gonna happen? And I was like, no, because effectively, World at War is Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 0.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Because and then they did MW, they did COD 4, they did MW2, they did MW3, and then they switched to Ghosts. So I was like, well, they had their trilogy. Black Ops effectively had its trilogy, so it's done now. And that's the end of the story.
Yep.
And people were like, no. And I was like, you're ridiculous.
I thought you were gonna say a different word there.
Imagine.
I was about on the podcast.
Imagine.
It's your edit, man. Go for it if you, by all means. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, so yeah, it's and Treyarch constantly defining expectations. Is that they released fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight good maps. From Mob of the Dead to Garad Crovy.
Yep.
I'm gonna call Garad a good map. I think it's fine.
Grovy's a good map. It doesn't hit for us, but
it doesn't hit for us. But I'm willing
stuff to respect
but
about
I'm
it.
willing to accept that it doesn't hit for us. And
so it's a good map.
I'll call it a good map. I
Easter egg.
personally think it's fine.
Yeah.
But everyone else thinks it's like top tier, so I'm willing to split the difference and call it a good map. And then they drop, and then so at the peak of Zombies hype, Zombies has never been more hype. Except maybe for BO4 release.
Yeah, BO4 release was like nutty times.
Yeah, and then within 2 hours it was gone.
It was a little bit of a slower burn than that.
No. So then they release Rev. And then for the first 3 days, that hype is still there. And then it slowly dwindles.
Yeah, something that's interesting.
Or just exponentially dwindles.
Yeah, something that's interesting to me about like a lot of zombie stuff is that some of the most like beloved and like fondly looked back at maps, stuff like Shadows especially, on launch people did not like Shadows.
Yeah.
They did not take to it. Now it's like fan favorite, like S tier map for a lot of people. Revelations came out, so much hype. Everyone was fucking like super excited seeing all the old locations, the hype around that, and just like the experience, the initial like, holy shit, this is crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, whatever.
Sorry. In fairness, I always loved Shadows. For me, I always loved Shadows.
Yeah, but general perception wise.
Yes, obviously, but Shadows has always been my map. So I was ahead. You could say I was ahead of my time. Dude. And but yeah, then the Easter egg just didn't get solved.
Yeah, I want to focus in on that for a second. Let's just talk about the Rev Easter egg.
And then it kept
it's
not getting solved, and then it didn't take 2 weeks. Was it 2?
something like that.
Because I remember very vividly watching a Noah stream where he was like, the longest Easter egg to ever be solved was Shadows. Took us a week, and we're currently over that.
Yep.
And then it took us a while longer to go, we shoot the bones?
It's a bad Easter egg.
Since watching it happen, since like watching tutorials and doing the Easter egg, I still don't understand the step. I get what's happening. I have never seen one of the bones, and I've never seen any of them move.
I have.
I haven't.
L, get better. C,
I just
look.
Since doing that, I've still never seen it. Like
Look. Lol.
it's like it's happened in front of me, but my eyes have never perceived it, which is ridiculous that that's even possible.
Yeah, it's Revelations just has a bad Easter egg. Like it's just a bad egg.
It's just fucking nonsense. In a similar way to why Crovies is bad, because like
No, it's different. It's bad in a very different
very
way.
specific way, very specific way.
Okay, what
Is
do you
that
got?
like the fucking
Oh, that step. Solving that step initially was
yes,
terrible.
because the bone step now is nothing.
Yeah,
You shoot
cakewalk.
it. You shoot it at a spot.
You shoot,
know?
yeah.
But figuring it out is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but I think that Revelations is bad in a unique way.
I'm just saying in that like those steps
those steps are similar in that they sucked for when the map first came out.
and that solving that step is so stupid.
Yeah. However, there are still like some of the fucking steps on Revelations still, like the Arnie in the big guy step. What the fuck is that?
That's the when you throw it into like little holes.
You gotta throw it in the little holes, and you need like 12 or 15 Arnies or something.
Did you get maxes though?
I think you might. I don't know if you did
I'm
initially.
pretty sure you get.
I don't remember.
You do now. I don't remember if you do, but I'm just gonna treat it as if you always did, because I'm not going to assume something that isn't currently true.
Yeah, that step is still like that step is.
Isn't it like a
cringe.
specific order, or is it just you have to do all of them?
It's a specific order,
Oh God.
and
So
it's
stupid.
there's also the step where you gotta go around once you get like the gate worms, and you gotta like find the specific spots, and you just kind of have to wander the map and listen for like the sound cue.
It's such a big map. It's such a big map.
Yeah, I will say flows nicely.
Yeah, but it's also weird because it's a combination of every map, but it's all a little warped. I don't know if I'm gonna deem this a good thing. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna have you talk me in a direction on it.
Okay.
Is it good or bad that every map is a bit, or every part of the map is a bit of every other map, but it's a little warped? You know?
Yeah, I like
so
that.
like the Origins area is not the same.
I think that's nice because it gives just enough of a switch up that it's a familiar environment, but the gameplay is a little bit different. I like that. I think that's a good thing personally.
I don't think I do. I think I'm leaning towards like I would prefer if it was just the same area.
Yeah, I think that would be a little bit boring though. I like that it's like very slightly different. It gives you just like, 'cause if it was exactly the same, then obviously it's still different because everything kind of flows into each other.
Also, I think
It's still, like,
it's
segmented.
ironic that Jug is in Noct. That the biggest crutch perk in the history of zombies is located in the one map that doesn't have a perk.
Yeah, that was I mean, map design wise, it does make sense.
Yeah, no, I mean that's just a thing that I'm sure that they like. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a little goof, a little gag.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing though, that the maps are a little bit different. I've always appreciated that about Revelations.
I don't, because it.
I like how you're like, I'm gonna let you talk me in a direction, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's good. And then you're like,
I had
no.
hoped that you would provide a compelling argument, and you didn't.
I mean, I don't know what other argument to say other than like,
Shut up.
it's just like
Stop speaking now.
it's a familiar.
Stop making noise out of your mouth hole. I don't know. I just don't like it. I also I've never gotten to really effectively use the masks, which is my fault. That's not
The masks are cool though.
Masks are sick.
The like god mask that you can get, shit's crazy.
That's the Jug Stam mask, right?
Yeah, it's busted. You can take like.
How do you get that?
I don't. I have no clue. Not even a little bit of a clue.
Yeah, I don't know how to fucking use those guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was also got off on a bit of a tangent. There was one other thing with the Easter egg. The boss fight, not good. The first half of the boss fight is pretty good.
Which step is that? What is that? That's
It's the one where it's like the different like
different like modes, right?
The arena changes up and you've got to like you're fighting like Margwas and stuff.
That I think is sick.
That's a good
that's sick.
Yeah, that's a good first half of the boss fight, and then the second half is just the Shadow Man. It's just the Shadow Man.
The same fight that you already did.
It's fucking easy and pointless and stupid.
You know what's crazy?
What?
They didn't sign the Monty guy to like a multi-game deal. They didn't lock him in to record shit for BO4.
Yeah,
you'd think that they could just do that, right?
I mean, maybe, but then I don't know. It's
like there's sports.
There's way too much stuff on the back end for me to have any say on like what actually happened there. I got nothing for that. I'm not even gonna try and like speculate on what happened because I just have no clue what goes on with that, with like the contract shit, like signing people on.
It just seems like they should have been able to get that done.
Maybe, but
I'm gonna say that that's their bad. Because do we know why he didn't do that? Why he didn't come back? Is there a reason?
I probably couldn't afford him.
How can you not afford him?
I didn't, because by the end of BO4 they had nothing.
You're the highest selling video game franchise.
Yeah, but also it's Activision, and they saw that the player consensus for BO4 was negative.
Also, you'd think that they would have just had him record that before.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why they didn't have him. It's got to be something where they couldn't get him for some reason. Who knows why? Because the story suffers for it,
yeah,
I think.
As a part of the BO4's underrated camp, BO4 is just a mess.
Yeah.
Ether is a mess.
Chaos for being a new story. It's
Chaos.
pretty good.
Clean and good.
Yeah.
I forgot I wanted to say something. I think I've told you at some point, but you're not going to remember. I had a dream. I'm not going to make an MLK joke. I had a dream years and years ago. We're talking decade plus.
Jesus.
That I remember. Because I was on Knocked. And then you know like the first window on your right when you spawn?
Yeah.
That's open. I go out. And this is where I predict the Chaos storyline.
Okay.
Because there's a werewolf. And I just run it. And Knox did a very good job of building itself as what it is. Because I mean I think it's that way just due to like the physical constraints of the era. But like it is just fog and nothing. Until I reached a tower while getting chased by this werewolf, and like I went up the tower, like there was like a staircase on it, and that's I think the second oldest dream I ever remember.
Nuts.
Which only second, maybe even first. I don't know. Obviously, I don't have dates, but where another dream was when my dad was playing D&D with his friends.
Sick.
And then they were being mean to me, so I left.
Hell?
And then I threw a rock at the window, and then I made out with a girl who was also wandering around at like 9 o'clock. We were both like
nuts.
8.
That's nuts, bro. 8-year-old getting play, bro.
I was getting play. More play than Oliver's ever gotten.
That's crazy, bro.
Ow! But yeah, so Rev is weird. It's a weird map.
Yeah.
It's a weird map.
There's very little area on Rev that is its own.
Let me see. So there's the spawn area, which is its own.
Yep.
There is that one bit that connects the semi-DE, semi-Shang area to Kino.
Yeah, there
with the Wonder Fizz in it.
There's that, and then there's also the like Primus statue room.
There's the
that I
Primus
think is unique.
statue room. You could say the fucking wall run bit.
That not really though.
Yeah. You could say like areas that aren't available in other maps, you know?
Yeah, so like the bits on Varuk that you can't get into, that's like unique area, I guess.
Yeah. And
Same with like
like the area going from Kino to Varuk, that spot's unavailable on Kino.
oh yeah, yep.
Mob is about the same.
Mob has that one room, like the like upstairs but not all the way upstairs room, which is a bit different.
I guess. Origins is the same, but it's like just like kind of
Different layout,
It's
yeah.
just kind of condensed a little bit, and it's really weird, and provided for a very hype experience on launch, because you're like, that's the Origins.
It was a fan service map.
It's a fan service map, which wasn't executed as well as it could have been, and
Fuck, are you looking at me
is
for?
about it. I kicked Jambo for like a minute. He was just kind of sitting on the floor like this, right? He got like his hands up. He's just chilling. And I was just kind of booping his belly. Just kind of like light kicks that would like push him a little bit. Me and Sky were just standing over him as I did that repeatedly for like a minute. I wasn't worried about me kicking the cat and that being a bad thing because he was chilling.
He wasn't like kicking him. He was like
I was pushing him with
him.
my foot.
yeah.
You know, and like he could have gotten up at any point.
He just didn't care.
Just didn't care. He was just looking at us going, it was
Fucking
pretty funny.
dumbass.
Woo!
Yeah, so Revelations is a piss easy map too.
Piss
easy.
easy.
Which I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Also, I think that effectively Rev like confirmed Chronicles. You think they're gonna make Kino like that and not make it a full map? You think they're gonna make those maps and not make them full maps?
I mean, in hindsight, yeah, but when it first came out, people
Shut up.
were like there was until it was actually confirmed, like up
Actually-
until the point
actually,
that
you know what?
Jason Blundell came in.
I take it back because Mob isn't a map.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause they
Which
didn't
is
do fucking
nuts.
mob.
Just nuts.
I mean, they obviously had their reasons
Actually,
for
that's
it,
a good point now. Now that I think about it. Now that I think
which
about it.
in like double hindsight, fuck. But you know,
That's crazy that they built Mob in BO3 and were like, we're gonna make Blood of the Dead with this. They didn't make a Mob remake. Oh, that would have been so good.
yeah,
I think that the Mob remake could have been like the only one that I think kind of holds up with the actual map.
yeah. I don't know. It really would have. I don't know. It's really hard to say how a BO3 version of Mob would actually play without just having it, because like it's hard to say if it would be better or not, especially if they like changed him. They could have made the tomahawk like cringe, like they did in BO4.
They could have just also not done that because they would do that with a lot of things, right? Everything's mostly the same.
Yeah,
Like it's just kind of like the way things affect the player a little bit different. Like Shang is shit because the baby gun, like just you
Oh,
hitting
yeah.
the zombies is terrible, and Origins is shit because the mud is fucking disgusting.
yeah. They could have like fucked with the
Like, the-
cat a little bit or something.
The way you think of the mud on Origins BO2 is what I think about it on BO3. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I also my main concern is that BO3 is such like a chaotic game. The hit speed is a lot faster. You can down super quickly. The close quarterness of Mob, I think, might not mesh well with that.
I'm thinking about like the movement, right?
Yeah,
Because the movement is definitely better in BO3 than it is in BO2. However, I don't know if that lends itself to Mob very well.
yeah. I think the BO2 movement works for Mob very well.
I think that Mob, like peak gameplay system or peak like fundamental kind of thing, you know, whatever the term is that I can't think of right now.
Yeah.
Is BO1.
Yeah,
BO1 has the cleanest movement.
BO1 has clean movement, but something about it has always felt a little bit wrong to me. Like, BO2, I think, feels a little bit smoother. The movement isn't quite as good, but it's effectively the same.
Heavy disagree. Heavy disagree.
Yeah, I know. This is something we've talked about before, but BO2, at least on PC, maybe it's like a PC thing. There's like a weird input lag for me on BO1, which just doesn't feel right.
I can sum it up very simply, and it doesn't back up my point really at all. It's just why I feel this way. In BO1, the 1911 is small. In BO2, it's big. Genuinely, that's it.
That makes sense. I laugh, but that does track.
Like, you feel faster.
Yeah.
Also, like, your hands
I'm
are
pretty sure the movement is, like, almost the same.
Yeah. I think in BO1 you might have, like, a little bit more slipperiness, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
Just because, like, the zombies aren't as well refined. Because at that point they were just like, just don't get stuck on them, you know?
Yeah.
And we'll be good. So they just went the opposite of that, and that you can just, like, shoot them and they'll stop hitting you.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I love those clips where you're just, like, sitting on round, like, 100, and there's just, like, a guy running up to you, and you're just shooting an RPK at him, and he just can't hit you.
Yeah, that's always funny.
He just keeps resetting his movement. It's super funny.
Absolutely classic.
Yeah, BO1 did a very good job at keeping you in power. You know? Physically.
Yeah.
And mentally.
Emotionally.
Spiritually.
Black Ops 1.
Pot of the dead.
Power to the player.
People power. You don't get it. Someone will get it. Hopefully. No one's here. If you get it, comment.
All right, now that they've commented, what is it a reference to?
Wrestling.
I asked, and then I knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah, there was a guy.
You don't have to explain it.
I'm gonna explain it because it's kind of funny.
No, I don't want to know. Actually, I really.
There's a guy
this
named.
This isn't.
I almost said Johnny Unitas, who's a football player. A guy named John Laurinaitis, who was like a GM, and he would come out and be like, "We're gonna give the power to the people," but he also was all like this all the time. Just gonna have I'll poke your fucking 90-degree Adam's apple, bro. I swear to God. I'll do it.
What the fuck, man?
So yeah, he would just talk like this all the time. Yeah, and he was like, "We're gonna get people power," and then he was just a dickhead. All I gotta do is say tickle tickle, and then you're like, "Oh God, oh my God."
All right, I don't have that much else to say about Rev. Should have had better wonder weapons.
Yeah, everything they just kind of really heavily relied on the fan service.
Yeah, like they brought back the fucking dragon shield. It's cool, I guess, but why? A new shield would have been way cooler.
Literally,
the Ragnaroks.
Literally nothing was new.
Yeah, the Ragnaroks are like the weakest of the specialist weapons in BO3. Not power-wise, but cool level. Like, I would have preferred any of the other specialist weapons that's not the Annihilator.
What's crazy is that it also is the Ragnaroks are the only the Ragnaroks and I guess Shadows are the only maps in BO3 to be represented in the game. You could have added the skull. No, because why didn't they add the skull?
Yeah, the skull would have probably made sense.
No, because I fully was wrong. I'm going to fully retry the statement because they have the Dragon Shield from Crovey. They have the Apothecarian Servant from Shadows. And they have Horizon Drac as a map. And then went, okay, there's one more map. And we should add an item from one last map in BO3. DE again, okay.
Yeah.
In the skulls, I love the skull so much, dude.
Yeah, and then they could have used, like, the reveal thing for the Easter egg. Fucking imagine going around using the reveal, and then it shows you the bones!
Dude, because the ability to reveal shit is, I think, is super cool.
Because then you still have to like find the thing. You have to be in the right place for it. But then if you find it, if you're in the spot, you see that shit. You're like, a bone's highlighted? What the fuck?
Right.
And then maybe you try and shoot it, and you're like, nothing's happening. What if I pack a punch my gun though?
What if I suck, and then your mama. But fucking, I think that's just like one of the best tools that have ever been used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like it makes like functional sense. Just going, you know? What was that noise?
Yeah, but that all that shit is boring, and then also they put the fucking apothecon back, which like it's a cool wonder weapon. Would have liked something unique.
And you know what? It would have been a lot cooler if they didn't have that bug on when Shadows released, where you could just toss that motherfucker in the pack-a-punch anyways.
Yep.
Or it would have been a lot cooler if that bug had given us the actual Rev Pack-a-Punch one.
Yeah,
and then in Rev they give us the one with 25 shots in it.
Yeah, because the one in Shadows was so much stronger that when you finally get to actually upgrade it, and it's like a nerfed down version, it's like, fuck, bro. What's even the point?
So we have this thing that we already had for a bit, but less good, and that's Rev. Like,
yeah, and then also the other wonder weapon on the map is the fucking Thunder Gun.
The Thunder Gun.
Again,
that's the
cool wonder
weapon.
That's
the one we like.
Why not give us something different?
We have Kino already. What the hell?
I mean, that's one of those things where it's like, with Chronicles, the hindsight, like they probably had the Thunder Gun because they had to use it on 2 maps anyway. On fucking
they could have given us like the WAF or something. I don't like the WAF, but they could have given us the WAF.
I mean, Thunder Gun's better than the WAF. Come on.
I agree, but like if
Thunder Gun's a cooler weapon to have on Rev than the WAF
but
too.
we do have fucking.
Well, I mean, what they could have done though also is like with Rev, they could have just done like the 4 wonder weapon thing, but with like classic wonder weapons. Get like the Apothecon, the Thunder Gun, the WAF, and then the Winner's Howl.
Let's run through what they should have done.
The Wave Gun probably would have been the coolest one.
That's what I was gonna say.
The Wave Gun, either the Wave Gun or like the Baby Gun.
I'm gonna drop the WAF because fuck the WAF.
Yeah, fuck the WAF.
The Servant, the Thunder Gun, the Wave Gun.
Maybe like you could have gotten away with like a GAT or something too, a more like functionality based weapon, rather than like raw killing power like the others.
And then I'm gonna make the call. Would have been great because it's another great tool for Easter egg, leaves possibilities. Correct me if I'm wrong on like this being a good idea. The Paralyzer?
The Paralyzer on fucking
Maybe?
Revelations would be interesting.
Am I stupid for saying that?
That's one of those where like depending on like they would have had to build the map around that a little bit.
Yeah, obviously.
Would have had to like change a lot.
Like we're saying this, and obviously you're gonna change the map a little bit. The map's gonna play a little different. Obviously, also they have to add in these steps. We're like asking them to add shit to this map, but I mean, you could have just done that, and that would have been pretty cool.
That seems like one of those things where when you first see it, you go, "What the fuck? Why?" But then, depending on how they implemented it, that could have been super sick. Because I really like the Paralyzer in Buried. I think it's really cool. The implementation and the way the map is designed, it works really well. I like it.
Yeah, and I think that they could have added that, and I think it would have been cool.
They should have just done the 4 wonder weapons thing.
Or
maybe even
like
given
added a staff.
Yeah, like that would have been hype. That would have been super hype.
Toss in an ice staff, win something.
Yeah,
maybe do the fire staff and not have it fuck the whole game in its ass. You know?
Yeah, I think it could have been cool if they had like given us a couple of like classic wonder weapons and then given us some kind of like extra upgrade that you can get on top of that for each of them.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Something special.
Something interesting.
Just something extra. I don't know what the fuck you would do necessarily.
I'm gonna go a little nuts. Okay.
Okay.
And this is less of an idea for Rev and more of just an idea that I want to know if it's stupid.
Okay.
You got let's call it I'm thinking. Give me a second.
Okay, he's thinking. Because, like, they kind of did something like that even in Tog, where you've got the Thunder Gun in that map, and then you've also got the Tundra Gun, which is, like, kind of an elemental variant on that. It's technically a separate weapon, but it's like, the same idea, kind of. So even that adds, like, a little bit more variety in that map, where you've got the Thunder Gun and then the weird Waff sniper rifle thing, and then the Tundra Gun, which is like an elemental thing on top of that.
Okay, I can't think of it. I can't think of one, but I'm going to present it to you and see if you can think of one. I'll buy some time for you.
Okay.
You get 4 wonder weapons, and you can combine 2 of them.
That would be... I don't know.
Now this question is posed assuming you can think of 2 to combine. I'm going to give you a moment to think about it. I'll buy you a second. Talk for a bit. I want you to think about it. Okay?
Okay.
But they really could have done a lot more with one weapon, especially because of how heavily this game would. Other than Crovy, every other map is like you have to build or collect your weapon, your wonder weapon. In this map, that is the culmination of everything at the time. You just kind of fucking get it from the box, especially, which is weird because one of them you have from that game and you build. Which is just weird. It's just weird.
Okay, so I think the idea isn't a bad one, but I don't think there's anything that you can actually combine and have it make sense.
Off the dome, I was trying to think of like a Waff thing, right?
Waff plus scavenger, sniper rifle, Waff, Tog der Toten. Let's go, baby.
So here's what's interesting. I thought of that exact thing in the same moment you did. I made a different decision.
What was your decision?
To not say a word about it. And you chose to.
Yeah.
They could have done something cool with a ray gun, you know?
Yeah,
because you've obviously got you have the ray gun Mark III, which even that is kind of a ray gun.
Yeah.
It's like community agreed upon as a ray gun.
Yeah, it's loosely a ray gun.
But like you could have added a legit ray gun Mark III.
Yeah. Give us like a ray rifle or something. I mean, eventually they did.
Or like a ray AK, you know? Or like a ray K.
Dude, that's such a clever name, actually.
Yeah.
That's really cool. They should do that sometime.
They should do that.
This is proof that we need to be hired by Treyarch. And you know why? It's because we're ahead of our time.
We're ahead of our time. Well, no, I'm ahead of my time, and you're so far behind that you link back up.
Which actually, with this talk about the Ray K, makes a lot of sense. Pot of the dead.
Pot of the dead. I love just spewing nonsense for a second.
I know.
Either
so
at
good.
the end of our beginning fucking ramble.
At the end of the beginning.
At the end.
Beginning of the end.
At the end of our beginning ramble, where we were talking for like a half an hour, and then just going, pot of the dead. That's why I love that, dude. Just pot of the dead.
Yeah. I feel like I don't have much else to say about Revelations personally. It's the map flows decently well, I think. It's a fun map to play occasionally. Doesn't have a whole lot of replay value for me. It's mostly just like kind of fan servicey.
Yeah, Rev could have been really, really good. There's a lot of ideas there. Again, we've presented some.
Yeah.
Which is why we should be hired by Treyarch.
Yeah. I think if the map had more unique areas and the like, I think it would have been better if you had like flavorings of the other map instead of them being like the main course, you know?
Or
if it was like hints like sprinkled in there of the other stuff.
I also think it would have been more interesting if they maybe went like all the way with it. You know what I mean? Where like they have like there's traces of every single map.
Yeah, that would have been cool. If they had found a way to fit everything in there, that would have been sick.
Like there's some point there's just like a fountain in the middle, and that's Verrucht. You had the Flogger, you already have that. In our scenario where we have a bunch of wonder weapons, you can have the Waff, and that does that. You know, maybe
They should have just added like every wonder weapon they had in BO3. Just say fuck it, throw everything in there. Genuinely, that would have been kind of sick. You can just hit the box and you could get fucking whatever wonder weapon. Because it's already a super easy map. Why not just go crazy and let you like spin the box for like all the, or even better, make it not box shit. Make it so that there's like little mini quests you can do to get whatever wonder weapons.
The question of why not was answered in Cold War, and the question and the answer was, yeah, why not? Like
yeah.
Mac is showing me a thing that says Wonder Chainsaw, which
What
doesn't mean a fucking thing. Did you mean like an electric chainsaw? That would work if there was a chainsaw, but there isn't. Wonder Strap-on. Make it happen, Treyarch.
Hire us. We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen, okay? These are the kind of things, bro.
This is what we bring to the table.
We're gonna parlay this into a job at Treyarch. Wonder Strap-on chainsaw. He jumped the shark. just like Dead Freight.
Ooh, Breaking Bad burn.
Broken Bad.
Ooh. I don't think Dead Freight was that crazy.
I think Dead Freight's the worst episode of the series. The train.
Yeah,
I think it's the worst episode of the series.
I think that like
double thumbs down for Mac.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shut up.
Yeah, the bit at the end though, where Todd just fucking kills that kid.
I thought you said Tog. I was like, what?
Yeah, so fucking
holy
Togger
shit!
Toten.
Holy shit! Togger Toten, is that a gun? No, it's a child. That's a kid. But they should have gone all the way and added traces. You could have like a lander.
Yeah, have like a lunar lander that can take you from like one half of the map to the other.
Oh, and then you could have the spring from Call of the Dead.
Yeah, they could have added like the trample steam somewhere so that you could like fling yourself from area to area.
Get like a hacker.
The hacker dude.
Take the only good part of Moon and bring that fucker in.
And then add the astronaut.
I couldn't. Oh, they could have done so much cool shit. There was so much opportunity.
They probably didn't have the time to go that crazy.
They probably didn't, which is why they should make Rev 2 and hire us as the leads.
Well, yeah, that's
Wendell's obviously not there, so why not? Listen,
you know, being completely serious, this is something that I don't think I've talked about it on the podcast, but there was those like BO4 leaks at one point where in the second season of DLC we were supposed to get another Aether map, or it was going to be another 2 Aether maps. 2 Aether, 2 Chaos, and then one of the Aether maps was going to be, like, a Rev-styled map, I believe, with, like, bits of all the old stuff coming back, and then you were fighting through torn-up bits of the ether, and they probably, had they been able to do that, I'm sure they would have probably gone further with it.
Yeah, I do just think that it works better if you go all the way.
Yeah, it would have been so cool to have, like, all of that crazy shit.
You don't need to have a lot, but just like something that affects the map.
Yeah, like a different shield, a different specialist weapon. Add like.
Well, I mean, you can keep the shield. See if what else you can add from Kroby? A dragon. Never mind.
Yeah,
put
man.
A dragon somewhere.
Yeah, just like a dragon flying around in the sky. You can have like the dragon going next to the big dude. Maybe they can like. Dude, fucking imagine the big Apothicon fighting a dragon in the sky.
Oh, and then you have like a step where it's like you get like the ice staff and you fucking like freeze the dragon. That could have been sick.
Oh my god, dude. And then they like teased the original stabs. That was another thing that BO4 was gonna do, where you were gonna be able to use like the OG stabs.
Yeah, I remember that being a thing, and I kind of just forgot about it.
They should have just done that.
Which is the goal, which is the Call of Duty motto. Hope you forget really hard and it works.
I didn't forget. I don't even like the stabs that much, and I didn't forget.
Yeah. This is a long app. I think I'm about done now.
Yeah, I'm out now. I want to go
I
schlep.
feel like this is a good app.
Yeah, this was a solid one. This was like, this
Good
felt
app.
good. This was like a 7 or 8.
Yeah.
We had some good nonsense discussion, and
We,
then
we had good non-discussion and I think good map discussion.
yeah,
All
what-
of which was fun.
I was not expecting the rev bits to be
Right?
as interesting as they were, but
Yeah.
Rev's a more interesting map to talk about
Yeah,
than I thought.
yeah, we played Rev. So we've planned on Rev being the episode last week. Didn't do it. And then played Rev not 10 minutes before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
And then sat there in the whole Rev game going, what the fuck are we going to talk about? And now we're here with one
a
of
long
our
episode.
longer
Big boy.
episodes.
Yeah.
Like
Look at
outright.
us. I feel like if we didn't have work tomorrow, we could keep going for a bit and vibe.
Listen, I can keep going all right. You're the pussy. All right?
Yeah. Bye, guys.